Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother JD Nijah. Back with another message of edification and exhortation through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the 144,000 elect men pushing these messages, and the 1/3 remnant that's going to get on up out of here. Shalom, shalom. So, today we're going to talk about how to represent the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It's an important subject. So I'm coming out of Haggai, the prophet Haggai. This is the end of the book. It's there's only 2 chapters, and I'm going to be reading out of chapter 2, verse 20. And the title is Yahweh's Chosen Signet. So a signet is like, it has the word sign in it, right? Signet. You're signing. The signet was a ring. And whenever a king or a ruler or someone in authority would send a scroll to someone, a letter, they'd roll up the scroll and they would wrap it, and they would have a, what they call it? It was like a rubber stamp. It was gooey. It was what was that? Anyway, they'd stick the signet ring. They'd seal it with whatever that gooey stuff around the outside was. I'm not sure what it is. It was like rubber cement or something, but it was usually red. And the ruler would press their ring onto it so that when anyone would say, "What are you carrying there?" "I'm carrying a scroll from," and then they'd show them, "Let me see your scroll." And most people that were inquiring knew whose signet ring. They knew the identity. Put it that way. They knew the identity. So this is about Zerubbabel. In the regeneration, Zerubbabel might have been, from what we can gather, Zerubbabel was he was actually Yahushai. He was another one that was Yahushai. So if you can accept that in the spirit, that's for you to decide. But a lot of us believe that Zerubbabel was a regeneration of Yahushai, or he was Solomon. He was Solomon, then he was Zerubbabel, and then he was Yahushai. But anyway, verse 20 out of Haggai 2. And again, the word of Yahweh power came unto Haggai in the 4th and 20th day of the month, saying, "Speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth." And that's what we're seeing right now. This place is getting shaken like a bad cocktail, man. It's got all the ingredients, and the lid is on, and it's starting to get, the Lord's picking it up, and he's getting ready to shake this place. Shake it up. There's a song by the Cars. Shake it up. Shake it up. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. We're going to be pogoing all over the place, and slam dancing, because this place is going to get slammed. And that's what Haggai's saying to Zerubbabel. He's saying, man, this place is going to get shaken. I will shake the heavens and the earth. Verse 22 of Haggai 2. And I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen. And I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, even one by the sword of his brother. So we're seeing what that's talking about is these 2/3. The sword is coming down on these 2/3, and a lot of them are going to slaughter each other. We already see that. Fucking niggas shooting, stab, robbing and stabbing and looting and shooting each other all over this nation. And that's because Esau Edom in the spirit of the Lord is on these ninjas to destroy each other. So we got to watch out for these 2/3, because they are going to be like wild beasts striking out at everything. I'll read that again. 22. And I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen. And I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and the riders shall come down. So when it talks about these chariots, it's talking about the fighter jets, the F-16s, the F-18s, the Ospreys, the B-52 bombers. The Lord's chariots are so much advanced, technologically advanced than Esau Edom's chariots. It's not even going to be a fair fight. It's going to be basically a bloodbath, and every one by the sword of his brother. So some of these fighter jets are going to be trying to shoot at the chariots, and they're going to be blowing each other out of the air because they're going to be so confused by what the chariots are doing. The chariots are going to make these these army men and these Air Force guys and all these military monkeys, they're going to make them so confused and baffled, they're going to be blasting each other out of the air. I'm going to turn it around real quick so I can say hi real quick, and then I'm going to close out, because it's just going to be a short message on the fact that the authority is the authority, and that's why the signet, God's chosen, Yahweh's chosen signet. There is a seal. It's a seal. The signet ring made a seal, and that's what that seal was. And if that seal was broken, there was a problem there, because if someone tries to break that seal and the king finds out about it, whoever broke that seal, if the messenger can make it back and say, I came into their land and this motherfucker wanted to see what you wrote, but I told him that you were going to get him if you did that, and he didn't listen. So he's over there. I don't know where he is now, but the last time I seen him, he was over there. So if you want to go get him, he's the one that broke the seal. I witnessed it. So that's why being a true witness is important to being a false witness, because you don't want to get a man killed that didn't do it. So that's why witnessing is so important. You don't false witness. It causes all kinds of confusion and bullshit. So that's another issue here on this message, is that the signet, and the reason it was sealed was because it was only for the eyes of the person it was meant for. And that's why the Lord has his eyes on the 144,000 elect and the remnant elect, 1/3. He has his eye now. He's not dealing with anyone else. He's dealing with us, and no one's going to break that ring. It's signed, sealed. We're signed, sealed, delivered. We're yours, Yahushai. So we love our brother. He's going to come back and save us, and we trust that no one's going to fuck with that message, because if they do, it says right here, he's going to overthrow the chariots. He's going to overthrow the ones that ride them, the horses and their riders, and by the sword, he's going to make every brother slay his brother for our sake. So the final verse of the chapter of Haggai 2 is verse 23, and it says, in that day, says the Lord of hosts, that's the Lord of armies, Yahweh power of armies. Host means the host of the armies, the host of the battle. Will I take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, or Shealtiel, One more time. Shealtiel, saith the Lord. I will take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, saith the Lord power, and I will make thee a signet. And a signet is the ring. He will make you a ring of remembrance, a ring of authority, a ring of you are the authority, right? So, still going, good. So I'm going to get through this. In that day, said the Lord of hosts, will I take thee, O Zerubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, says the Lord power, and I will make thee a signet, for I have chosen thee, says the Lord of hosts. And that's part of the reason why we think Zerubbabel was Yahushua, because he's saying, you're going to be the one as a signet. It says signet ring. This ring was used by the owner for the signing of letters and official documents. It was a mark of such honor and of authority as Zerubbabel's ministry was to bear. He would carry with him the authority of the Lord and would represent him. So, as a representative, he basically was, from what we're gathering, he was Yahushua. People moving cars around here like musical chairs. So that's the message, is that the signet, the chosen signet, Zerubbabel, is Yahushua. He's the authority. He's the ring. He's the seal. He's the one that's sealing his men and saying, I stand by these men. They are mine, and no one's going to pluck them out of my hand, because my Father won't allow it. So I'm choosing these. They're signed, sealed, delivered. So if you're of the 144,000 elect, be blessed, be grateful, and be proud that you were honored. That's what it says, right? A mark of honor and authority. So we basically have the authority to tell these people what's what. The whole thing is, there's going to be people trying to deny that authority, and they're going to have to find out the hard way that when fire comes out of our mouth or out of our eyes or out of our hands, or a wave of power when we thrust our hands at them, knocks them on their ass, they're going to find out who has the authority and who's wearing the special signet ring. Who was it? One of those superheroes, they had the signet ring. I think it was the Green Hornet. But there's been other ones, but in the blink of an eye, we're creation rebels. We're fighting for this creation. We're fighting for this earth that's going to be given back to us. This is ours. We're claiming it. Babylon is falling. Falling is Babylon. Rising is Zion. Zion is rising. I hope you are edified by this message. We are the chosen people, and Israel will rule again in righteousness, order, and honor. Kwam Yasharallah, we're rising. Shalom.